Are you both looking forward to Wilder Fury? I know you.
Yeah, I am. I was actually going to go out. I was actually going to go out as a fan and watch it as a fan because I think it's an intriguing fight. You know, I think no way in a million years will Wilder be ahead on points, but I think there's every chance of him catching Fury and taking him out. So that's why it's so intriguing. It's a 50-50 either way.
Carl, what do you think about Wilder Fury?
It's a great fight. I agree with Johnny with it. If he gets caught on the chin, you just got to worry for Fury, but he's not stupid, he knows. And he never really had any decent fights before he jumped in with Wilder the first time. And now he's had a couple more fights, he's had a bit of time, he's had 1 or 2 more fights. He's had some time in the gym to get himself in even better shape. And I just think that the sheer size of Fury, what is he, 6'7", 6'8"?
Yeah, around about 6'7", 6'8", yeah.
Longer.
He's big and heavy, and every time Wilder gets near him, he's able to like hold him off with that long jab and then manhandle him and keep hold of him. And I just think he can get through the fight and land some nice punches and win on points. I don't think he can knock Wilder out and take him on.
I think Wilder's got a better chance now.
Dangerous.
Properly beating him. The reason, and why I say that is because Tyson Fury's the kind of guy that fighters don't respect him until they fought him. And so now Wilder would respect him and understand what's in front of him. Klitschko didn't respect him, Wilder didn't respect him, look what he did. And so now he's got a second chance, second bite at the cherry.
Yeah, but you know when you say he didn't respect him, I think when Fury beat Klitschko, don't you think that Klitschko never got going because Fury was so, he messes around, he throws a lot of fakes, he pulls his tongue out at you, he shakes his head. Yeah. He's such a clown in the ring and goats around, which is part of his game, which is a good part of his game. Klitschko never really threw the punch. And Wilder was unsure early on, and when he finally started throwing, he connected and landed.
He plays the fool to catch
so if Wilder picks up where he left off and starts early and starts landing that right hand to the chest and the body, that's his chance to get Fury out of there. Fury's too big and too clever. I think Fury's too big and too clever. And I think he'll just do what he does, and I can just see him hustling Wilder out of a points win, and I think it's great. I like Wilder as well. If Wilder lands on his chin, it's lights out for anyone. But he climbed up in the last round, so it might not be lights out for Fury. Great fight, I really look forward to it.
Obviously, Tyson Fury, Wilder. I've spoken to you about it on numerous occasions. Wilder thinks he's going to stop him. It's a week away from the fight. So
Wilder thinks he's going to stop in the third. And you should ask me next week because I'll probably change again. So I felt that Fury would win the fight. Now I've changed my mind. I think Wilder's going to win the fight. But I've written off Fury so many times before. I didn't think he'd beat Klitschko. I didn't think he'd beat Wilder last time. And right now, I don't think he beats Wilder this time. But then you watch Wilder and it's like, he's so bad. Like, I was watching the Ortiz fight the other night too. And I'm like, how is this guy doing what he's doing? The answer is because he's probably better than he looks, but also he can punch like fuck. But he's never going to outbox anyone. And he's definitely not going to outbox Fury, who might be one of the toughest people in the world to outbox. So if you can't outbox this guy, what have you got to do? You've got to cut the ring off, you've got to put the pressure on, you've got to be a bit reckless, and you've got to try and knock him out. And what Fury's got to try and do is run around the whole fight and be really awkward and win every round. Go back to the stall, Andy Lee and the boys to go, 1 in the bank, well done. Before you know it, it'll be 6 in the bank, well done. He shouldn't lose a round. Luis Ortiz weren't losing 1 second of the fight until he got knocked out in the last fight. Fury, who is much more awkward than Luis Ortiz, he shouldn't lose 1 round against Deontay Wilder. So therefore, all he's got to do, it's only if he makes a mistake that he'll get beat. So with that in mind, just do what he did against Klitschko. Run all night, in jab bombs, score a point, off he goes, and behind the back. But that's what he does. Just mesmerise him, just frustrate him, just...
Why can't you see Tyson doing that for the 12 rounds at this time?
No, because...
It's hard to stay away from that right hand?
Yeah, but I think he might... I mean, I don't know if he's just trying to build the fight, saying I'm going to go out there and, try and knock him out, but I don't know. You don't really know what Tyson's thinking, because he's felt his power, hasn't he? Although he never got chinned properly, because he's so awkward, he would have felt the power, so maybe he's thinking, I don't want to risk going 12 rounds, I'm going to try and go for the knockout, but I can't believe that either because I mean, I'm not saying he can't knock Wilder out, but he don't have the power of the heavyweights to go in and render someone unconscious, which is what a lot of people can do against Wilder, but Wilder's very dangerous.
On the Sunday morning, whoever the winner is, are you going to put an offer in to fight Joshua?
Yeah, not really an offer, just really speak to them and say, are you doing the third fight? That's all, and if you're not, we'd love to talk about it. There's going to be massive pressure from everybody for the winner of that fight to fight AJ. You know, but AJ's going to fight in June. You know, listen, even if they rematch, try and get him to do it in June or July. You know, the fight is not going to take place till November, December anyway. And they're fighting early in the year, February. So hopefully, you know, if there is a rematch, they could do it in the summer as well.
He would be more inclined to fight me next and quicker than Wilder would. So how long I've been waiting to fight for the championship belt, I think if Fury had it, me and him would have got a deal done already now. So that's why I was rooting for Fury to win, because I just want to fight and collect my last belt.
So you believe that he beats Wilder on the 22nd of Feb?
If I was a betting man, yeah, I'd think that Fury wins. I believe so.
What did you make of Wilder's comments towards you after you won and said that you ran away from Ruiz to win the fight?
Well, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, you know, and some people say it was one of the best performances that they've seen. They never thought I could do something like that. A lot of people that ripped me off said they're really humbled and they eat their words. Some people like Wilder may say I may have run, so you take each comment with a pinch of salt, but the thing is I'm sitting here as a champion, and that's all that matters. This is the thing, right? Why it was even better when I wasn't champion, because I didn't have that type of pressure about that type of stuff. You know I want it. As I say, take the belts aside, strip me of all my belts, strip Wilder of his belts. I'll still fight Wilder. I don't really care. I just want to fight whoever. That's what I say. You ask me who do I want to fight. I'll fight whoever's the best opponent out of the two. I'll go out to spar Fury because it's great learning. I'll fight Wilder because he's one of the best fighters in the world. It's not just about the belts either. It's about just fighting the best. So yeah, whether I fight Wilder or not, you know what I've been trying to do for a long time. We've been speaking about it for over a year or two now, and you know where my head's at with it. It's a competition that I would welcome.
I heard some comments that you made the other day that a potential offer might be thrown in after the Wilder Fury fight from your team to the winner, and it was more specifically looked like it was aimed at Wilder, but we don't know who's going to win.
No,
that fight.
Yeah, whoever wins. I think Fury's going to win.
You believe Fury will beat him?
I just think that a man that came so close the first time won't let it go the second time. People say that Fury won. Anyway, do you know what I mean? The first time, and who knows? I hope he's in better condition. That was after a 3-year layoff. Maybe he was motivated at the time. Who knows? But providing he's been consistent and he's got rid of the rust and the cobwebs, he should be victorious. He came so close to doing it the first time. I think he's a man who can do it again for sure. You've asked me a lot of questions.
You said you want Fury to win, but you didn't say whether you think he will beat Wilder or not.
I did say. No, I said I think he'll win. I said
you do think he'll win. Sorry.
Yeah. And I want him to win because I did think it'll be easier to make the fight because he's with Frank Warren, isn't he? / MTK.
MTK and Frank.
And what are they? They're really like a British-based. Most of their athletes are British-based fighters. Yeah.
The majority are British and Irish.
But I think that it'll be easier to make a deal with Fury.
Okay.
You know, I think so. You think? Be honest.
Do you know what? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. You never know, do you?
You never know. If he wins and he takes the WBC over to WWE and then keeps it over there, who knows? Do you know what I mean? But if he keeps it in boxing, I reckon it'll be easier to make the fight with him.
But you got to fight before any of this anyway, so you're just going to get loads of people asking you questions about that fight like me before the Pulev fight.
Yeah. I'm all up for it. I'm all up for it. The old AJ's back, do you know what I mean? They can pass everyone. Who's that? Who's Pulev? Who's that? Nah, I'm thinking about Fury.
It's got very loud in here, so I'll keep it short with you at the minute. But are you going to fly out to Vegas?
I'll be going over to support Tyson, yeah.
Have you spoke to Tyson recently?
Yeah, we exchanged a few texts and that, but like I say, I don't want to... It's going to be an emotional and very difficult for me because when I'm in the corner and I'm coaching somebody, I can give the advice that I feel needs to be given. So emotionally, I don't have emotions. I'm focused on what information needs to be given.
You're saying watching it from the side?
Watching it from the side, honestly.
Being able to say anything or do anything,
my arse is like that.
Be emotional.
Very, very. I'll be all over the place. Anxiety, a lot. I hate seeing people that I care about boxing and not being able to give the information I feel needs to be given. But in terms of texting, we've been sharing a few texts now, but I want to keep the conversation away from boxing because I don't want to then say something that might be conflicting against that somebody else is giving him. So, listen, obviously I did that thing with BT Sport. At the time, I hadn't spoke to Tyson of that filming, and there was a few.
It was very good, by the way, on that.
Thank you. There was a few things in there that I wanted to say, just to sort of remind Tyson. If he wants to take it on board, he could take it on board. If he didn't need to. Obviously, after filming that, we've exchanged a few texts and that. So yeah.
All right, this music's just come on, but you have a little dance, yeah? Ben Davison, listen, we'll catch up with you in Las Vegas anyway in a couple of weeks' time, and keep it real.
Keep it real, bro.
I suppose we have to take
It's not unless it comes from Tyson. You got eyeballs, you see yourself.
But obviously, what happens behind closed doors, we don't always see everything. So,
well, listen, when boxers are sparring, working, especially when you get into sparring, some days you might have a bad day. I don't know where he's had a bad day. He might have early getting in their first couple of days. Who knows? But there's been no problems in that camp. It's a happy camp. You go there. They're good. There's a good team spirit about them. I think why are we wasting our time talking about what he's got to say? Who gives a flying shit about it? I don't. Let's talk about real things. Genuine things that are going to happen. I mean, I hear lots of things about allegedly all the deals that have gone out in the Middle East. But maybe some people don't know about or involved in it. But who cares? It's not my business. Let's worry about my business and let's talk about what we're here for, not what somebody, as always, has got to say, got something to say, which they continue to do. The same bloke who said that Josh Warrington lost the fight by 2 rounds to Galahad and then said it's a draw. He says whatever suits at the occasion. That's what he does. Let's move on.
when you hear Tyson Fury say he's going to knock Wilder out in 2 rounds, he's said this quite vividly over the last 2 weeks especially. What do you think? Is that?
I think he will stop him.
You do believe that?
I do believe he'll stop him.
Does he need to stop him? Has he got a concern?
Of course he needs to stop him. He won the last fight and he got robbed. So in his mind, he's back in the other guy's backyard. You've got 3 American judges.
3 American, yeah.
So that's what it is. So in his mind, that's his mindset. And at the end of the day, you look at the styles of the fighters. So you look at Wilder, massive puncher, one of the biggest punchers in heavyweight boxing in the last 30, 40 years. Massive puncher. But that's what he is. He's not a great boxer. You've seen in nearly all of his fights being behind on the scorecards and then pulls a punch out of the bag and dramatically changes the fight. He's exciting. You see him do it against Tyson. Put him on the floor, but Tyson got up. Unlike all these others, he got off the floor. And by the end of the round, he wobbled him. He wobbled Deontay. Took the fight to him. So he took his shots. You got Tyson, who is probably the most consummate boxer in his generation. Great boxer, great boxing brain. He showed that against Klitschko, done what he had to do to win the title in the other guy's backyard against the best heavyweight of his generation. Can box at the front foot, back foot. He's got fast hands. He's got great eye, brilliant reflexes. Southpaw, orthodox. He's got plan A, B, C, and D. Can do all of that. So this fight, you've got to think that if the fight goes the distance, you're going to get that Deontay will get outboxed, because I can't see him outboxing Tyson. But I can see Tyson, as I said, he's got all these different game plans. I can see him taking the fight to him and putting it on him. And I think with all what he does and his boxing ability, I think he will give Deontay a lot of problems. And the only way I think that Deontay can do something different, as he says himself, fighters have to go 12 rounds to beat him, whereas he can change a fight in 2 seconds. I think he's he's not quite getting that Tyson is capable of stopping him. He is capable of stopping him. He stopped 20 odd of his opponents. And I think that Tyson, when that bell goes and reality sets in, I think he'd be the boss. So I can see him coming out. Be interested to see what weight he comes in at Deontay. I think he'll come in. I don't think he's going to come in too heavy. He needs speed. Is he going to outbox him? No, he's not. He needs speed, and he's going to need that speed because he's going to come out throwing those bombs. I think he's going to come out trying to take Tyson out, because he's not going to come out and start jabbing with him.